The 48 hours missing challenge, yet another thing that parents are thinking about, that have to watch out for. Along with everything else, Dr. Michelle Bengtson joins us on the phone. All right, so the first I had ever heard about was what I was reading up on this interview, and Bernie reminded me we had something similar that was going around in our area about 2.5, 3 years ago, where it changed how we covered missing persons cases, especially if it was a teenager, to make sure an actual Amber Alert came out and it wasn't a hoax like this. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, this actually started in the fall of about 2017 in the UK, but it started more as a hoax, but it has circled back around, and now it truly is a significant issue because we really have had kids who have gone on this 48-hour missing challenge. It is a social media challenge where kids go missing for about 48 hours, and they accrue points for as many mentions and likes and shares as they can for notices about their disappearance.
Doctor, I often think that these kids eventually have to grow up and be productive members of society. If this is where the bar is right now, how do we intersect them right now to say, this doesn't work in the real world? It's the boy who cried wolf.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The good thing is that when a lot of teenagers were polled about this, they weren't even aware of it. But their reactions were, that's ridiculous. And why would anybody do that?
Yeah.
And don't scare your parents like that. And some of them were actually smart enough to say, and for Pete's sake, don't take police resources away from true emergencies. So fortunately, we are not dealing with the majority of children, but they need to learn that this can actually put them in danger, and it really does take away our law enforcement resources from true emergencies.
How is this just kind of the new age, just trying to act out for attention? You used to maybe steal a tube of lipstick or something to act out for attention. Is this kind of the new thing?
We have gone from the Tide Pod Challenge to the
snorting
mannequin
condoms.
challenge,
We've
to
talked
the
about that
bird
on this
box
show.
challenge. Yes. So this is, I don't even want to say the latest and greatest because it's one of the worst ones. But, we're just seeing an evolution in ways for kids to get attention. But what that tells me is they're not getting the love and attention and positive attention that they need at home or from teachers. And so they're trying to get it from peers any way they can get it. Basically, any attention is better than no attention as far as they're concerned.
That's so sad. And let me ask you, when you're in high school, your brain is kind of mush, right? I mean, none of us, we weren't fully formed.
No, you're exactly right. The frontal lobe that governs their reasoning and judgment and processing is not fully formed yet. That's not going to be formed fully until about the time they graduate from college. And that's when our kids all of a sudden seem like they get smart. Yeah. But that's why they need parents who are involved and who are having these conversations and who are explaining the risks and giving them one-on-one attention.
Dr. Michelle Bengtson doesn't just dabble in this. She is a neuropsychologist. And Dr. Bengtson, I hope maybe in your practice, okay, and if you give your address, we might be able to send you one. But there was a very popular campaign bumper sticker down here in Louisiana that said, "Kids who hunt and fish don't steal and deal." and I have always thought,
oh my goodness, I love it.
I have always thought that equated to kids whose parents spend time with them. It might be hunting and fishing, but parents whose kids spend, kids whose parents spend time with them, they don't have to do some of this stuff to move the needle,
You're exactly right. But unfortunately, not all kids come from a home where there are loving parents. But it's not just up to the parents, and it's also up to the teachers and the coaches and the parents of friends to be that positive influence in their life. And as parents, it's on us to have their passwords, to know what apps they're on, to see what they're viewing. So parents take responsibility for this as well.
All right, Dr. Michelle Bengtson, thanks so much for the insight. Wow. 48-hour missing challenge. Don't do it, guys. Thanks for your time.
Sure.
All right. It's just a new thing every week, I feel like. Because the other thing, which I don't even think we've been able to talk about it yet on the show, we just haven't gotten to it, is the whole Momo thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the Momo thing is this character, and it's just this, scary looking woman, okay? And
Stop looking at me.
Myrna, you only tell me to hurt myself
I know,
in certain
right?
situations. But it's getting embedded into comments in different places. Which, my wife and I kind of had the conversation because, when we're on car rides or whatever else, look, we have the iPad. Look,
Yeah,
we're
that's
21st
right.
century parents.
That's right.
Look, it's not because we don't love our children.
No.
It's because that's just how we pass the
That's
time
right.
and we, whatever.
That's right.
And so we're very cautious, though, to make them, if we're watching videos, like if we're watching something on the iPad, I want it to either be through PBS Kids or there's this thing called ABC Mouse
Uh-huh.
or Netflix, like the kids section on
Right,
Netflix.
exactly.
Like, I don't want them on YouTube. I don't care if it's kids stuff just because it is public. I mean, they don't know enough to like engage in conversations, but who knows what is embedded into these. YouTube Kids is a secondary app that, a lot of these freaks figured out how to infiltrate YouTube Kids. So there are a lot of parents who thought, oh, if I put YouTube Kids, these shows are all vetted, I will say for parents, another one that is vetted, and my kids love it.
Which one?
They have an app called EllenTube, and it's from Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yeah.
And all the stuff on there goes through her team. You can't upload to it.
Oh,
it's
good,
things that
yeah.
they find.
Fun, like
They
cat
put
videos
Cat
and
stuff,
silly
water
people
skiing
laughing.
squirrels,
Yes.
practical jokes.
Yeah.
None of it is going to curse.
Right.
It's safe. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's a crazy world out there.